If you don't have a deck of cards on you, you should always carry at least some type of ring around with you, so you are ready at any time. And it's good to expand your knowledge on magic on other things than cards and coins. So if you're ready, let's get into today's video. Hey, how's it going, guys? And welcome back to my channel. My name is James Pena, and this channel was created to show you the hidden details of sleight of hand, or just to improve on what you may already know. Today, we're going to be learning how to melt your ring across all your fingers. It is always good to learn like organic magic, so you can be versatile in all types of magic. And as said in the beginning, you can be ready at any time. If you just for some reason just couldn't bring a deck of cards with you, or maybe some coins, you could always borrow a ring. Or if you're married like myself, you just have already a ring built with you. So first, I will be discussing the detailed mechanics so you can perform this trick correctly. Then we're going to be moving on to angle sensitivity, so you know exactly where to perform at without flashing. And lastly, the main focus of this channel, we will be discussing tips and subtleties to improve your handling and to be that much more proficient with it. So without further ado, let's get into today's tutorial. To start off today's video, you are going to need a ring. So pretty much how to do this this little ring trick here is you get your ring, you essentially showcase it, and then from here you're going to do what I personally like to call a thumb to thumb transfer. Is that a real terminology? I don't know, but I kind of just came up with it. So you're going to show from here, you're going to just put that on your thumb so it's loose right here. You're going to pretend to put it on your index finger, and then again, here's a thumb to thumb transfer. So you let go here, you're almost holding it, and then same thing, just like that. So from here, here, here. And then what I like to do is I like to use this thumb to push it a little bit more so it's more secure on it. And then now I pretend that I have the ring here. So what you want to do is rotate it. And then just like this, you're going to go, I like to pull through 2 fingers. So 1, 2, and then from here, you want to load this ring back here. So once you're here, you want to put this, right, using this pinky as, and this palm of the hand as more coverage, right, to load this like that. So just like that. That's what it looks like. And from the front, you don't really see it. So it's like this. And then now you're going to open and show both sides. Then once you're here, you're going to come back. You're simply just going to put your pinky through that ring. And now you have successfully melted the ring through all the fingers. So that's just the mechanics of it and how to do it. But right now I'm going to get into angle sensitivity and then tips and subtleties. So the only angle you should really be performing this on is straight head on. So if you were to do this real quick, this is exactly how it looks head on. So you do your thumb to thumb transfer. You put your finger in, 1, 2, and then from here you want to showcase, right? That is empty. And then from here, that last thing. Now on your right side, it's really bad. So because if you do that thumb to thumb transfer and you come here, everyone's going to see that you're hiding the ring, and especially when you come down here and start pulling it. So I would highly advise you don't use the right side. It's really hard to cover that up. If you're good at it, then by all means try it, but I think it's pretty hard to do it over here on your right side. Now your left side, surprisingly, is actually pretty good. I think it's mainly because your left hand covers a lot of it, or this kind of portion. So again, you do that thumb to thumb transfer, right? Even at this point, you could barely see it. And then from here, pull. It's more like when you do the load, but even then, you could barely see it. And then pull. And that's how that looks. Again, you're using the cover of your hand here, so experiment with it, but that's pretty much the angles for it. So mainly use it for the front, but you can work on the left side or the right side. Or work on the right side on your own, but you can definitely work with the left and straight on. Okay, so for the tips and subtleties that I can give you. So there's actually a lot of subtleties, so make sure you kind of just follow through to kind of make this performance a little bit better. Now, I'm not going to be teaching you the pattern to this. You definitely should make up your own pattern. I'll never teach pattern on my channel because I would want you to grow as a magician and kind of figure out your own thing. So the first thing you want to do is when you pull out the ring, right? So if you display your hands back and forth, which is fine, there's a certain way you got to do it. Because if you leave your hands open like this, or at least your, well, my left hand, and I come like this, right? And I want to do that thumb to thumb transfer, I now have to put this finger down, and you see this little awkward thing, and now they see something, and now it's gone. It's almost like the snap change, right? When you do it, it's like the missing middle finger. It's almost the same concept here. So how you want to display this is putting this thumb forward. Just kind of, it's going to feel a little awkward to you, but when you come back, it's natural, right? It's more of a natural motion instead of doing this. I guess you could do it like that too, if you really wanted to, but I would just do it this way, so you're kind of already stuck there. So work with whatever you want, right? You could do it this way and then rotate, but I would just put that thumb here, just show both hands empty, and then do that thumb to thumb transfer. Now, as you're turning, right? So we've figured out this hand, but for this hand, as you turn, immediately load it. Immediately. Don't wait till you come here and then load it. Just load it as you turn. So here, you show, load, and go ahead and do that thumb to thumb transfer. So now that you've done the thumb to thumb transfer, and now you're fake holding a ring here, when you turn it, make sure they're touching. These three fingers are touching, right? That way it's covering the ring, right? That's supposedly there. And it shows more effect, because if you leave it like this and then do it, one, you have a chance for flashing, and two, it doesn't really seem like you're just holding a ring, right? So make sure they're touching. Now, as you have it touching here, ensure that your pinky and your ring finger are curled back like to the max. It should kind of hurt, but pull it all the way back. You shouldn't leave it up here, pull it all the way back, right? So your spectators get the max view out of this. So now that you've completed these two steps, you're holding all three fingers here, and you pull this back. One thing that I personally like to do here is I like to pull fast and hard, right? When I go to a finger. So I'll just pretend like I'm pulling, struggling, and then boom, right? Now I'm not doing this, right? Because one, they're gonna show your fingers loosening and then closing back up again. As if you're just applying pressure, it's gonna seem like that ring is actually moving through your finger. So you can come here, pull, really milk the last one, and then from here you just show it, and so on and so forth. And now you're here, right? Another tip here is that when you are loading this, loading it to here, you want to, because you're in the action of showcasing that your hand is empty, right? So when you're here, you want to drop it off almost immediately and then show both sides, right? You don't want to stay here, so you don't want to stay here too long fiddling with it and then showcasing it, right? You want to already have it here, you're here, and you want to should be fluid. And then load, and you've got it. Now, this isn't really mine to teach. It is on YouTube, so I'll put a link in the description on how to do it. But I'm sure most of you know who Patrick Kuhn is. If you don't know who Patrick Kuhn is, very genius magician with sleight of hand. He's good. Very, very creative and very visual. So if you really wanted to, you can do that thumb to thumb transfer from here. And you could actually only do one finger and almost do the same thing, right? And then do it with the ring finger and stop there, right? Now, the reason why I say stop there and the reason why I mentioned Patrick Kuhn is that if you've seen his ring magic, he has a tutorial on YouTube on how to do this. So I'm not going to teach you. It's better if he just teaches you because he's good at it. Then from here, you can do like that, the thing where he does where the ring comes off the finger, right? And it looks something like that. So if this is a little too difficult for you, a little bonus tip, you can actually get your ring, right? And you could actually just do that thumb to thumb transfer that we were talking about, right? And once you do that thumb to thumb transfer, you could actually leave that there, right? And then once you leave it there, right, and you're mimicking putting it on, you could actually pull it, right? Be very dramatic, right? And then from here, you could just toss it up. So if you want to, you can practice it like that and then get into the harder stuff or the more complicated one. Again, a little bonus tip for staying all the way to the end of the video. So to my new viewers, if these types of videos interest you, then if you really want to, go ahead, hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit the notification bell so you know anytime I upload. For anybody else, if there's something that you did not like about today's video, then please leave it in the comments below. I accept all types of feedback and I heavily appreciate it. Also, I would like to make your viewing experience on my channel better. But if you did like today's video, then go ahead and hit the like button to share your support for today's video and for the channel as well. One last thing, if there's anything that you personally have been working on and would like a little bit more advice, then again, leave it down in the comments below and I will try to make that next week's video. Well, that concludes today's video, so I will be seeing y'all next week. Peace.